Welcome to my storage area. I'm recording this in January, but I probably won't post this until maybe March when I talk about my 1,000 subscriber giveaway a little bit more, but I'm taking a little bit of a study break. Let me adjust the camera. Maybe that'll be good so you can see more of what I got going on here. So I'll pop in and out from over here, but I'm taking a study break, and I just walked through the house and used my Tibetan singing bowl. Just in every room of the house, I used it for a little bit and just felt so good to just shift the energies a little bit. And my washing machine isn't making any noise, so that's good. So I decided to take a little bit of time and go through some of my witchy stuff because, as many of you know, I am moving to Chile toward the end of the summer, so July, August time frame, I think. A lot of things are still up in the air, so I don't know exactly when I'm going down there or when we are going down there, but so I'm moving down there, but I also, at the beginning of the year, I reached 1,000 subscribers. Yay! I think I reached that sometime mid to late January, so I wanted to do something special and do a little giveaway for you guys. But money is kind of tight, as you can imagine, being a graduate student and having to move abroad and all that stuff. So I was trying to think of a way to show my gratitude and my thanks for you guys, give you guys an opportunity to get something in a giveaway, and what I could include in that giveaway. And I thought, well, you know, I need to downsize a lot of my witchy stuff, so how about I pass along the witchy tools and whatnot that I bought for myself over the years, but I feel are ready to be passed on to a new home, just because I didn't vibe with them, or in some cases it's because I just never found myself using it. And so yeah, that's what we're here to do today. So the things I'm going to go through here, I'll point out the things that I'm thinking about, that I'm still on the fence about including for this giveaway. But I'll also make sure to point out the things that I'm 100% for sure going to include in the giveaway. But just know I haven't fully made up my mind yet. Probably the video I post after this one will be the giveaway announcement and a formal show of gratitude by me. I'm thinking about shouting out some of the channels that have impacted me the most in these 3.5 or so years that I've been on YouTube. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But okay, this giveaway, let's start at the top and work our way down, and I'll move the camera around so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So the top, let me adjust myself and grab you guys. So the top here, besides my cup of chamomile tea, I have the tarot deck that I'm using at the moment. Just got an email, sorry. The tarot deck I'm using at the moment, some crystals that I use often, my anointing oil, some Florida water, my mala beads, charging here on a big old chunk of rose quartz, and some incense stuff, Palo Santo, and my oil diffuser. So just to show you what I got going on up here. So some of the things I'm thinking about including for this giveaway are some of these crystals, specifically these crystals here. I am going to be keeping this point though. Like, look how gorgeous that is. But there are some other crystals that I think are ready to be passed along, including this beautiful piece of amethyst here. We have a piece of selenite here, and some other beautiful examples of clear quartz. And so some other little knickknacks and crystals in this bowl I will probably include for the giveaway. Whoop. Another thing that I'm thinking about including for this giveaway is this bell that I have here. It has a beautiful bright sound. And I got this bell. It's some sort of fair trade craft bell that I bought at this place called Cambridge Naturals. When I was still living up in Massachusetts, I would frequent that store a lot because I would get my herbs there and some other, it's kind of like a hippie, health foodie kind of store. Like you can get supplements and herbs there, but also a little bit of organic groceries and vitamins and little knickknacks and yoga mats, and you know the type of place I'm talking about. So I got that there, and it's so beautiful. It has such a wonderful texture to it, and it's fair trade. I can't remember the part of the world this is from though. I didn't keep the label that came with it, but I just never found myself using it, and I just use my singing bowl more, so I figured I could pass that along. And then we get down here with my essential oils that I'm trying to work through. These are Young Living brand. I am actually going to delete my Young Living account. I have some ethical issues with that brand of essential oils, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. I have this filled with, it's like burnt rice ash. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a Japanese technique for burning incense, and you kind of bury the coal into the ash and cover it with a thin layer and then burn your herbs or resin or whatever on top of that, and it's just so smooth and you don't get a lot of the charcoal smell to it. So that's what I use this for. Some little witchy knickknacks, essential oils, some frankincense and myrrh resin here. I have ground chicken eggshells here, and these are from chickens that were free range and living on a local farm. We got those eggs at the farmer's market. And then here are the herbs that I would get at that Cambridge Natural store. So let's go through the herbs because I'm thinking of including, let me get back down on the ground here. I'm thinking of including little sachets of herbs for the giveaway. So, oh my god, chamomile tea. So simple, so good. So, for example, I'm not going to get through this much lemongrass between now and when I have to move. So, if anyone's in the need for lemongrass, I'm probably going to include a sachet full of lemongrass for the giveaway. It still smells so good. I love working with lemongrass, but like I said, that's a good bit of lemongrass to get through for at least the type of spell work that I do. Also, I have here a good bit of mugwort in the jar here, and there's no way in hell I'm going to get through this much mugwort, you guys, so I'll be including that. Lavender, I might actually get through this bit of lavender if I decide to kind of make my own bath salt mixtures or something like that. Same thing with the chamomile. I can always put this in a tea bag and drink it, maybe mix it with the lavender. But I do have a good bit of sage. Now this isn't white sage, this is more like the type of sage you would cook with, which has a very similar vibe for me when I work with it, and it's good for some spell work. And oh, here we go. Back here in this jar I have wormwood, and I have a good bit of it, so I might include a sachet full of wormwood too in the giveaway. you have to be careful with wormwood. Do your research before you work with it. It's a very bitter herb, and just do some due diligence, sorry, before you decide to ingest it. If you decide to ingest it, yeah. Or you can just work with it energetically, you know, that kind of thing, which is how I would work with it. Anyway, but I might include some wormwood, because, good lord, there's a whole jar full of wormwood that I never got through. And yeah, so I also have some orange peel and lemon peel in these, but I don't have that much. So if I'm going to pass along some of my herbs, I want to make sure the person who wins the giveaway gets a good, decent amount, you know. And then, let me see if I can get the camera to go down a little bit, down one shelf. We're in kind of where the living room meets the hallway that goes back down to the bedroom, the 2 bedrooms and the 2 bathrooms in my apartment, by the way, just so you can imagine where you're at in my home. Here I have a mortar and pestle. I still use this pretty regularly, so I do not think I'll be including this in the giveaway. I have a jar of honey, and this is very special honey because this was made by bees that live on my great-uncle's farm. My great-uncle Junior lives out in Appalachia in eastern Kentucky. Well, he sells honey, and he's been raising bees for decades, so this is some of his honey that I use in some spell work. Oh, here's something that I might include in the giveaway. So this candle I bought in Miami is a spell candle, and I never ended up using it. I bought it at a Botanica in Miami, which is kind of cool. Keep my little tea lights here. What else we got? And then, ooh, if we continue down this way in the shelf, this is where all of my tarot decks are. And as you can see, for example, we have the Tarot Apocalypsis. I can't for the life of me remember what the name of this oracle deck is. Soul Cards. This is Soul Cards 1. It's actually a gift that I gave to my partner as his first oracle deck. But some of these decks, either the boxes that they originally came in are too big and awkward, or lost the box, or whatever, and so they just kind of hang out in the wild here, like not in a box, not in a bag or anything. So I would like to buy some tarot bags for those decks that don't currently have a bag, because the boxes are in storage right now. But just to protect them, especially this deck. This is my grandmother's tarot deck from the 1970s. Let's see, copyright 1972. It's the Hoi Polloi tarot deck. So this is obviously, you know, this is my grandmother's deck, and so it's special to me. Right? And I would like to keep this safe and dry and very well protected instead of just hanging out here on my shelf. But maybe later this year, before we move, we'll go down to the Phoenix and Dragon bookstore in Atlanta and get some goodies, including some tarot bags here. But I do have 4, I only have 3 here, but in total I do have 4 of these just very plain velvety kind of tarot bags. I got those at a witchy shop in Salem, Massachusetts. And then the other decks, whose boxes actually fit on my shelf, are back here in 2 rows. So this is basically my tarot collection right here. I do have the Mythical Goddess Tarot up at the top of the bookshelf, which I showed you earlier, and then on my back bookshelf in my office I have the Osho Zen. But other than that, these are all my decks right here. Oh, and a travel size anniversary edition of the RWS. in my purse. The one that came in the tin. Anyway, so let's move on down, further down yonder, down to the bottom shelf area, which you can see here. Here I have tarot books. We have 2 copies of the Gnostic Tarot by Lee Irwin, as you can see. One copy I had for myself up in Massachusetts, and then I ordered my partner a copy of his own. I have some old bullet journals down here. I have the Tarot Apocalypsis guidebook here, the Green Witch Tarot, and the Mary L Tarot, and the Voyager Tarot, and a lot of the guidebooks are down here. I have some amazing rose scented incense. This is my special cone incense that I offer to Mother Mary when I do special work with her. So she likes it, I believe. And there's some more cone incense down here. Little things that I should probably throw away, like label stickers. But in terms of the giveaway, this is a book I bought for myself, brand new, off of Amazon, I believe. And it's when I was first starting to get into herbs and stuff, and herbalism, and making your own tinctures and all that kind of stuff. And I liked this book, but after a while, I never picked it up again. But there aren't any marks in it. It's like new. And as you can see, it has beautiful color photos of the different herbs, a little description for each herb. I think it lists over 100 different herbs. So I think the back of the book, let's see, in the middle of the book you have the herbs, and then at the beginning of the book, at the beginning of the book it has a section of basic human anatomy, and it breaks it down into the different systems, the cardiovascular system, for example. And then you have the respiratory system, the gastrointestinal system, and then the endocrine system. So it has some good information there. And then it has a directory of medicinal herbs, some charts and tables here, and it starts with agrimony. So this whole portion here in the book, a good almost half of the book, this middle portion here, is just a list of herbs from A to Z that you can use. And then in the back of the book it talks about techniques, making herbal blends, and then different applications for herbs. So how to use or make your own herbal capsules, and what are the herbs that are good for taking as capsules, and then how to make little pastes and herbal infusions and oil and tinctures and castor oil packs and poultices with herbs and salves with herbs, and all sorts of stuff, including tinctures. So this is a really great, I think, herbal apothecary book. So great for an introduction to some of the basic herbs, what their uses are, what is safe to use in which situation, and also how to apply them or ingest them or whatever. So I'm going to include this book in the giveaway, but I'm not sure what other books I might include. I'll have to go through my bookshelf back there and see which books I can bear parting with. Oh, this is really interesting. I will also be including these in the giveaway, for sure, because these are tiny little jars of crystal chips. This is the amethyst jar, of course. And I bought this actually at Michael's Arts and Crafts store. We got amethyst, rose quartz, garnet, which is really nice, having little chips of garnet. This just says crystal. I'm assuming this is quartz crystal, clear quartz. We have citrine, or at least what they claim to be citrine, right? These were fairly inexpensive for the entire set of these. This is bamboo coral. So you kind of have to take it on faith that these are actually crystal chips of what they say they are. Magnesite. Beautiful green stone. I've never worked with that before actually. Red agate. Aventurine. It's beautiful. Nice kind of seafoam green color. Tiger eye. So little tiny tiger eye chips. And let's see, onyx. Little onyx chips. And then lastly we have peridot. Or peridot. How do you say that one? I'm not sure. But I got these over a year ago. And I have used some of them, but as you can see, most of the jars are either completely full or mostly full. But this is just not something I think I have room to pack in my suitcase when I go. So I think these might make a nice addition to the giveaway since they are gently used. And then lastly, this is something I mentioned way back in January. This is a wand from a wand shop in Salem, Massachusetts. There's I think it's called Why Not's Wands. But, I mean, it's obviously a touristy shop, and it's meant to be it has a very Harry Potter feel in it, and you go in and you get to buy your wand. And these are locally produced wooden wands. This is rock maple, or at least that's what the lady at the store told me. And in, let's see, October 2017, I actually treated myself with a trip to Salem. It was the second time I went to Salem because I was living in the Boston area at the time, so I just had to take like a subway and then a commuter rail, and then boom, I was in Salem. So I went a few times. But the second time I went solo, just as a treat to myself, a nice witchy trip. And it was October, and so it was the tourist season, so there were a lot of people in costumes, and it was very witchy in a fun, like hocus pocus kind of way, you know. And so I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to buy myself a wand at that wand store. And I picked out this one because it reminded me of a unicorn horn, the way that the wood was cut in this spiral. I hope you can see. Right? And I thought I would love it and use it on the daily or for all of my rituals, and guess what? I've barely ever used this, and so I think it deserves a loving home with somebody who's going to use it. Someone who's more wand oriented. I guess I'm just more like hands-on rituals and whatnot, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be including this in the giveaway as well. So yeah, we went through my bookshelf. Let me get the camera back up here. Hopefully it won't be too jerky for you guys. So yeah, that was my bookshelf. Where's my tea at? Here it is. And I look forward to going through all this and cleaning it out and putting together the giveaway prize. So yeah, thank you for joining me in this little show and tell, and keep an eye out for that giveaway. And thank you so much to all my subscribers. It just blows my mind that 1,000 people chose to click that subscription button, or that subscribe button. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, many blessings. Bye!